if you're saying it's so good and easy, why don't you double down? Why don't you go all in and create more fucking search channels and go harder on uploading? Huh?
Very easy to explain. That first of all, I already have 4 channels where I'm constantly publishing on. But the thing is, like, the beauty and maybe also a little bit the downside of the strategy is that it takes time. It's a long-term business. I have everything automated, everything is increasing. There's nothing much more I can do. Like everything in life, basically, when people start new things, they oftentimes overcomplicate stuff. He never made a single dollar line before. Never.
Yeah.
And like within the second month, he was already at like $100, something like that.
If you decide and commit and put your mind to it, you can drastically change your life within the next 12 to 18 months. There is one task that when I do it, time disappears. And that task...
Look, you mentioned that we have some middle-aged women listening to the podcast. So I thought, like, let's do the tank top.
Wow. Guys.
And it's also really hot here.
If you're not seeing Ron's muscles right now, oh my God.
You're missing out.
But Ron, today's going to be a sweet one. Listen to this.
Yeah. 1 p.m. and he's drinking cola. Some sugar for the pot.
Exactly. Well, we have a couple of very exciting updates today. First and foremost, you guys have spoken. You asked us to publish one of our coaching calls as a little taster,
yes,
you know?
From the private program.
And we listened to you, and we did. So we went ahead. We got, what's it called? Permission from every single person on that coaching call because, you know, people paid, people are in a private call, you know, had to reach out to every single person and ask, hey, would it be okay if we publish one of the calls on YouTube and as an episode? And they said yes. So if you would like to see how these coaching calls happen, how they look, if you want to get to know some of the members from there, Julio, Eveline, Oliver, Janine, then make sure to check it out. It's going to be the first link in the show notes of this episode. Check it out. It's about an hour long. You're going to learn a lot of things. It's pretty valuable. Ron picked it. Ron, you picked it one this episode. Why?
Yeah. So it was a pretty in-depth coaching session because like a lot of things got like, we discussed a lot of things and there were like members at different levels. Like one was just starting out. Others already have like freelancers and a channel and making videos. And we showed some actual channel data. We gave some like hands-on advice people can implement right away. So that happened a lot in the coaching call. And I think that will be the most valuable for people to watch. And you can also have a better understanding like how to actually do this, you know, because it's very hands-on advice. So that's why I picked it. And like we have some students in there publishing 100 videos a month. And yeah, just watch it for yourself. You have a really clear idea of how we coach, but also how you can like become successful with the model we are teaching. Because there's a lot of valuable stuff in there. So that's
actually had a call yesterday as well. So they happen basically every Wednesday. And it was a great call. I mean, it was the group is getting bigger. So that's exciting. We had, and like you said, we have people from all different stages. You know, we have Balint, who is just starting out. He doesn't even have a channel yet. And then we have, you know, for example, Julio, who is already making a couple of $100 per month. And he's now starting to go into the more affiliate marketing route. So, yeah, it's exciting.
Talking about Balint, he was like making the typical beginner, not mistake, but like approach, you know, like it was like as a reference, like Balint just started out. So, of course, he needs to get his channel, freelancer, like the basics. But he was like already, how do I make a funnel for affiliate marketing to get deals to my affiliate marketing programs? But we were like, it's the same with Julio, by the way, in the beginning. Like, it's easy to get overwhelmed in the beginning, but you should really focus on, like, if you're starting out yourself with anything, basically, focus on the first step you can do. And on YouTube, it's like actually having a channel you can post videos on. And then the next step is getting a freelancer that will make the videos for you. And then find the keywords, etc. So take it step by step. But it's something I see with like everything in life, basically. When people start new things, they oftentimes overcomplicate stuff. Well, it's not needed at all. Like we have literally a step-by-step course how to get started and in which order to do everything. But somehow it's still easy to like overthink stuff. And like I'm not saying that I'm doing the same stuff sometimes, but it's important to sometimes take a step back and really think, okay, what does really matter right now? Like I can talk about the field of marketing or think about it, but if I don't have a channel, like is that the best use of your time? You know?
I also learned this like the hard way. I mean, it took me many years to learn this, but you know, funnels don't work unless you have traffic, right? If you're sold in the whole idea of like, oh, you need a funnel, you're just one funnel away, you know, the Russell Brunson approach. Yeah, good. I agree. But hey, guess what? You're not going to get a single sale if you don't have any traffic. So you're probably better off starting thinking first about, okay, how do I get traffic, right? And then if you want to get traffic with our approach, then you want to kind of the organic media way, you know, searchable content. We're really niched down, by the way, if you think about it. It's like organic media, searchable video content on YouTube. It's like super niche down, right? Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree, but also not really, because like YouTube is basically there for two reasons: to entertain people and inform people. And I think just everyone focuses on the entertainment side because that's what they think of YouTube. Like they think they're big creators and that kind of stuff. But I really think a big part of people using YouTube are just there also to seek information, certain tutorials, reviews to help them further in their journey or their transformation. So I actually think like the market we are focusing on is very underserved and easily overlooked by a lot of people.
There's so many people who have stories where, you know, they've become super successful and then they get interviewed and they're asked, oh, how did you learn? And they're like, yeah, you know, I was learning by myself, watching a lot of YouTube videos. So people learn a lot, you know, from YouTube. What was it? Khan Academy, Khan Academy. It's like a channel dedicated to like education, basically. I think. Let me double check that.
Is that an Indian company?
No, I'm not sure. They have 8.5 million subscribers, and I will show you now on the screen. You can see right here. Yeah, they talk about greenhouse effect, physics, Khan Academy. And it's like these long videos that really explain. But you know, Ty was talking that the surname Han comes from Genghis Khan.
But like the channel I was thinking about, like there was an interview with Charlie Chang, the girl that did an interview with him. She mentioned an e-learning company that started on YouTube, helping people, like with I think in India, like with school, with math, that kind of stuff. And like they're like were growing like crazy. And like fast forward a couple years later, they were like starting different apartments to learn more stuff. And I think that the company was valued at like $1 billion.
It could be this one.
No, I think it was a different name, but I'm like maybe I can find it during the pod. But it was really interesting. But it really showcased like people are like the e-learning business is like increasing a lot. Like people are learning stuff on their own because like things you learn at school are not always up to date. So that's also YouTube. YouTube is a big part in the e-learning space, basically.
Hey, quick pause on a podcast. If you want to learn how to make money on YouTube and create a stream of passive income, check out our private YouTube Business Academy community. Join us for weekly group coaching sessions. Plus, when you join, you'll get a personal onboarding call with either Ron or myself. Click the link in the episode description to join today. Now, back to the episode. Yeah, 100%. Funny you said e-learning. Also from, you know, throwing back to that time mastermind, he was breaking down a funnel of a guy and then he was like, what's e-learning? You know, obviously he knows, but like for people in general, you know, if you say e-learning, it's hard to understand what that means, right? Remember we talked about kind of, you know, dumbing it down, right? To appeal to more and more people. So one of the ways is like always try to use words that are more simple, more easy. So for example, instead of e-learning, you can say, you know, an online school, you know, where you can, that's like, you know, or whatever it is. So yeah, cool. How was business?
Yeah, it's pretty as usual. I'm scaling my Spanish channel now. Views are increasing nicely. Spanish guys making videos for $1 a minute. So I want to scale that one more. Main channel is pretty stable, not increasing in terms of views. But I must say, like I tuned down the uploads on there because I had a more expensive guy where I paid $20 per video, and I was like, yeah, I was paying him around like 600 to 1,000 a month. If he makes 20, 30 videos, you already hit that number.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, I want to play the volume game. I don't see like much bigger results on those kind of videos. So then I'm like, okay, I hired a new guy like 1 month ago, $1 per minute, and he has now exams, but so he will go upload next month on my main channel again. But like my channel, I acquired 2 months ago. That's growing nicely. So when I bought it, it was at I think maybe 1,100 a month, and
Okay.
now this month it's around 450 a month. So it increased with $250.
Yeah.
So that's nice. That's just running in the background. Some affiliate stuff, pretty decent. Some small sponsor deals. But so far, I'm operating pretty lean now. Like a 1.5K max in costs, 1.7, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
What
And
about
you're
you?
close to 8K now, right?
Yeah, like it depends. Like this month, yes, because the affiliate earnings and sponsor deals were a little bit more. If I would say AdSense revenue alone, it's between I think 6.5 and 7K, something like that.
That's good.
So
That's good.
yeah, that's good. So the affiliate and sponsor deals will be added up, but it's hovering around that. So I hope to increase the AdSense revenue alone by end of this year. Would be nice at like around 10K or between 8 to 10K, and then have the affiliate earnings like top it up like 1 to 2K more. You know?
You're manifesting it.
Yeah, of course, but it needs to happen because like yeah, it's a nice income goal to have. You know, but yeah.
Are you still reading your morning thing?
No, no, I'm not reading it anymore. It's still there. I've read it for like 2 months, but I actually know it like out of the top of
By
my head.
heart.
So like the things I wrote in there, I wrote it in terms of like my own way of thinking. So it's like already manifested how I am. But
Hmm.
like my goal in there was earning $15,000 with YouTube alone in 1 to 2 years. So that's still on track. Um, so I'm pretty still aligned with it. But I'm planning to write another one like maybe in a couple years from now.
Nice.
What about
Cool.
your goals and your channel?
Yeah, everything is going good. My main channel is recovered. You can see it as well in the analytics. So the revenue is stable. My RPM is stable. I don't know what caused it. To be honest, it was going like up and down for a long time since like September, October. Now it has finally stabilized for like over a month now. So I think it's been like
That's great.
5 or 6 weeks that it has been stable. I get like consistent €100 days. So that's pretty good. A little 3K from the main. Then I have the second one is doing about 600, €550 a month as well. It's not that much, but it's pretty good. It's also stable and it's been like this for like, I don't know, 6 months now. Um, and then yeah, I mean, but the bulk of my money comes from like affiliate marketing and other sources as well. So for example, a share sale I did $4,000 last
That's
month.
nice.
That's pretty sweet. Impact is like 1.5, I think. Yeah, 1.5 they paid out. uh, so what else? Yeah. Oh, and the Amazon thing, man. Me and Bezos, we're tight, man.
Yeah, best friends.
Yeah. My mind is just focused on that. To be honest, I really like it. Helena is now helping me as well. She is reaching out to companies because I made basically a drone video, right? I made a video like a DJI Mini 2 SE. I have a new toy. I made a review about it, a short one, like 1.5, 2 minutes long. And I use, I film myself. Like, I mean, I like filming. I have camera. I have this thing that is like it's called a neck mount. So I put it on here, right, and then I can attach my phone right here, like
Yep.
this, so I can just film my hands, whatever I'm doing in front of me, right? So if I'm filming a book or if I'm filming drones or whatever, like it's really handy for like reviews and stuff. So
POV.
yeah, POV basically, right? And we ain't talking Pornhub.
You never know.
Point
If
of view.
everything if everything goes to shit, that's your final resort.
But yeah, I mean, money is good. Content creation is good. Reaching out, and Amazon is growing. I think this month is going to be I don't even know, over $500. By the way, I mentioned in a couple of episodes back it was like $1,000, but Amazon reporting and Amazon analytics are not the best. Like if Amazon is listening, you guys need to like fix your analytics because the reporting is really really off. Um, it showed like one day I even have a screenshot. I sent it to Helena. Oh look, I have $1,000, but then it like kind of got
Maybe it
reset.
got maybe some people return it. Could that be it? Maybe.
No. It was just like one big jump, right?
Oh.
And I was
It got you some nice dopamine.
Yeah. Classic, right? And then anyway, but Amazon is good. It's at over $500. Actually, let me check. I haven't checked the earnings for today, so I'm gonna actually check it right now. Ooh, all-time high, $20.81 for June 26th. Let's go.
That's nice. That's all
Yeah,
extra.
bro. It's super nice, right? So like it's already at like $20 a day, like it's an all-time high, of course, but it's like it's really consistent. It's growing as well. So the influencer program is treating me well. I'm starting to do more product reviews there. So overall, it's good. I mean, I love it so much. But this brings me to the next step in my journey. So I'm out of survival, right?
Yeah.
I no longer barely. No, but
depends
like
how you want to live, by the way.
Yeah. But with my current expenses, my current like lifestyle, I mean, it's fine. I'm covered. I can put food on my table. I can go out. I can, pay my bills. Everything is fine, right? Out of survival. That was the worst stage of my life. Like, just figuring everything out on my own was really fucking hard, man. There's not like a university where, where you can go and they'll tell you, all right, here we're gonna teach you, how to make money online.
There is a way. You get a job.
Plug it.
You just get a
no,
job.
Come on, Ron. I thought you were gonna plug it.
Whoa. No, but there is a way. If you want certainty, you get a job. Like that's. But by the way, that's not always certain as well. Like you can still get fired. But yeah,
exactly.
I know
companies go bankrupt, right? But anyway, it was really hard figuring it out. But now I'm out of it. Cool. I'm generating, healthy amount of money. We have a great podcast going on. We have a community. I'm feeling very fulfilled and everything is great, right? But I started thinking, okay, well, what's the next step? How my personal brand, right? This big thing that we all want to, tackle, right? The personal brand. And you've been thinking, and I want to ask you as well after this, but and I was thinking, okay, what am I good at? And I've been thinking about this for a long time, ever since I started my self-development, right? Journey. I read the little books called Managing Oneself by Peter Drucker. And there he says that you can only operate from your strengths, right? So I was trying to figure out. And I think now I'm slowly starting to figure out, or not slowly, but I'm figuring out from all the feedback I'm getting from other people and from observing and from experiences that there is one task that when I do it, time disappears. And that task is selling. I really, really love, I like being persuasive. I have naturally very high energy. And so when I sell, and it doesn't have to be products or services. It can also just be ideas as well, right? If I believe, for example, that, everybody should do yoga, some sort, right? I'm gonna be selling. Like you remember, I'm like, Ron, come with me.
Yeah, but it's the same with the podcast. Like basically, we're both selling ourselves in the podcast as well.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah. And here's the most important thing: I need to be in a social environment. So whether it's physically social or digitally social, but it needs to be with different people. If I'm just sitting by myself and I don't have input from you, right, or from someone else, and I'm only looking at like the camera, right? It's really hard for me to, shine my personality through. So this brings me to the point that I want to mention is that I'm starting a new community. It's called Sales Academy. And here's my concept, okay? The community is free to join. And moreover, I'm going to be hosting weekly free Q&A calls, right? So if you want to learn how to become better at sales, right? If you want to learn how to have higher energy, be more charismatic, be more likable, right? All these traits that are kind of for social stuff, Then I invite you to join my community. I'm also going to leave a link for it down in the description. Now, the calls are going to be free, right? So you can join them. There's no cost. You can ask me questions. You can interact with others, right? The calls are free. And then my plan is, I'm going to be interacting with people. I'm going to be giving value first, right? And then I'm going to be recording these calls and I'm going to be posting them on my YouTube channel, right? I'm rebranding my YouTube channel into this whole sales thing. And then my idea is that these calls on YouTube are going to attract the people and that will drive traffic to my community. I will interact, I will nurture, right? And then my monetization, right? Because you need to have some kind of monetization, is I will have paid courses that you can buy, but you don't have to. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, where I can, help you with your sales or whatever it is that you want to do, you can also reach out to me and there's going to be a one-on-one as well. So that's the idea. And I'm kind of flipping the script where, people first sell and then they get on the call. For me, it has to be the other way around. The calls need to be free because that's where I'm best at. I record them and use that as marketing material for the thing. Does that make sense? So I'm flipping the script. The calls are free, but then and then monetization comes after. Does that make sense, Ron?
The training calls, you mean, then, or like?
Like Q&A calls, basically.
So it could work. Like it depends. Like I would before you start the Q&A calls, I would already maybe make the packaging of your video on YouTube, so you at least have like an end goal where you want to go with your Q&A. Otherwise, you'll be joining a Q&A and you're getting like random questions that you probably maybe can't package well on YouTube. So I would package it as a Q&A, sure, but maybe have some sort of line where you want the Q&A to go about. So let's say how to increase your close rate, how to handle objections on, like that's your Q&A. So your Q&A is about handling objections. Then you can make a nice package.
That's actually good. That's a good idea. Yeah. So have a Q&A around a specific thing in sales. So for example,
because then people have a reason to join. Plus you have a way to market your call. Otherwise you're gonna literally have Q&A about sales and you don't really have an angle people want to click on, So
if it's about everything, it's about nothing. we've learned this as well, right?
Yeah, I had the same. Like I started a community as well about like self-development, but during a call, like the main cause or the main thing people want is like escape their 9 to 5, improve themselves, have freedom. So then it makes more sense to focus only on that instead of like, hey, I can help you with everything. Join me. Like that way, it's very hard to target the right people.
Even Hamza, I checked his thing. He has the biggest community on school, right? With like 250,000 in monthly recurring revenue. But his main thing from what I saw is like masculinity, boys who want to be more masculine, right? And that's his kind of approach. Like he's a lot about all the areas, but masculinity, I think, is like his main one.
Yeah, like he targets like young people that want to become successful as well and masculine and that kind of stuff. Like it can really work, but it's a real grind to get yourself in front of the people that will continue watching, because you need to build an audience first before people actually start following you. You need to say actually some useful stuff. And that takes a long time before you can actually build like a community, because like he has like I don't know, 2 or 3 million subscribers on maybe his main channel. But if you see his paid community, I think it has only like 1,000 or 2,000 members. Of course, they pay like 100 a month. But if you see like the conversion rate from like 2 million subscribers to maybe 1,000 people, you can already like do the calculations how much followers you need organically to start making decent money from your community. So you can do that with way less following if your offer, your problem that you solve is way more specific. So if you just help, like for example, if you help people becoming better at sales, like I take you from a complete beginner to a sales pro in 12 weeks, follow my program, then you have a clear transformation, and you can actually, with like 5,000 followers, you're already able to convert some people because the transformation is very, very clear.
Yeah. No, that's clear. Yeah, I like that for sure. It's what we talked about in the last episode as well. It's like, riches are in the niches, right? So you want to be niched down.
Yeah, but it's also easier for yourself. Because it's very difficult to say like, hey, I'm good at everything, because there are always people that just want to learn about one specific thing. And if you're like a generalist, they rather go to someone that's a specialist in what they're interested in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with that. As a good point. Thank you. And that, for me, what was the biggest kind of revelation why I even decided to go this, because I'm very careful nowadays with like starting anything new because I have a lot of things on my plate. It's not like I just need another thing just to keep busy. Like no, I have a lot of projects going on. And taking on another thing, it needs to be super weighted decision, right? I thought about it a lot before. And the only reason why I decided to move forward with it is because I came up with the idea to make the calls free and use that as a vehicle for marketing and for, interacting with people and engaging and building rapport with them over time. So, and because that really matches close with my personality and with my, like, my what are they called, my strengths, you know what I mean? So that's the only reason why, because I really enjoy talking to people. I really enjoy, like, some people, I talk to them and they're like, no man, I like, for me, if I want to go in front of a camera, talk to people, I like sweat and I think and da. For me, it's the opposite. Like when I talk with you or when I talk in a social dynamic, I'm all over the place. I don't even think, time disappears. Even when we record this podcast, time disappears, right? Because it's
That's
just
flow
fun.
state.
Yeah, because it's just fun. It's a flow state, So for me, that is the thing. And that's what I want to build upon. And then, everything else is going to come
But
on.
if that's the key thing, why are you, for example, not doing Q&As around what you're already doing, YouTube and affiliate marketing? Why sales?
Because sales is because YouTube, that's a good question. Well, because I feel like I'm good at sales. Even the people that I've been selling on the phone, even they tell me, yo, you're really good at this,
Yeah.
because I have this skill where I'm able to really persuade someone, to say, yeah, you know what? That's actually a good idea. I would like to join whatever it is you're selling, And people go from like, oh no, this is too expensive. I need to think about it. I need to talk to my wife, whatever, to being like, all right, you like, fine, I'll do this. Like this is a good offer. I can't refuse. Like this makes sense to me, So that's kind of where my skill lies, isn't not taking no for an answer, to going into the shoes of another person, trying to see the reality from his perspective and trying to understand, okay, why are they not taking the required action that I want them to take right now? And then trying to explain to them why they should in a very persuasive manner.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's also more powerful because the sales calls you've done, it was mostly around YouTube, and that's of course also something you are doing yourself. So you already know how the other side will look like if they take the leap. Of course, you can study that in sales as well. But
Exactly.
it's interesting. I'm curious how it will go for sure. Let's see.
You know what I really respect about you and admire in you, Ron, is your ability to build stuff from the ground up and make it look really good, really fast. Okay, for your reference, guys, all the YouTube Business Academy community on school, right? I didn't build it. Like Ron just added me there and everything looks good, right? And I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Now we have a community.
Yeah.
I try to build one now myself. Oh my God, bro, it's hard, man. I need to create the logo. I need to do the banner, the images, all these little things. I don't know, man. You just kind of just speed run through it and you make it look good in like really short amount of time. And then you add the posts and you're like super, I don't know, man. It's like, that's really cool. That's a strength for sure.
Yeah, I think like you like talking to people. I like building stuff. That's what I enjoy mostly. But yeah, it's but you get the use of it. Like you already also built your Shopify stores in the past, so you know how to build stuff. So it's just like when things are new or you haven't done it in a long time, it will take a while. But like you can easily build it in a couple of days if you just take the time for it. Like you don't need to reinvent the wheel. It doesn't need to be perfect from the beginning, as long as there's something. The most important thing is when you have people in your community that they clearly know what they will get out of it and what their next steps are that they need to take, basically.
Yeah.
Like not getting overwhelmed is a big thing.
Did you play with Lego when you were a kid?
Yes, I build a lot of stuff like huts and tree houses and so I like building stuff. And to me, my time like flies like goes by really quick if I just build stuff, and it doesn't really matter what.
Okay.
So that's the strength I want to lean in. But my trap is like you can keep building stuff, but if people are not using or seeing it, like what's the use of building it? Um,
Mm.
so I rather try to build something you can make work without like, but with maybe paid ads, for example, because with paid ads you can just buy the traffic, and if you then can make the paid ads profitable because the system you've built on the back end, like then you can just crank up the front end, the budget.
Yeah.
But it's not
The
as
trick
easy as it sounds.
No, it's not as easy because the thing with paid ads is that right, it's a free market, right? So the CPAs, the CPCs, the CPMs are very balanced out with the profit margins that different industries have, right? So if you're getting clicks for $1, right, and then your conversion rate is this, and then you can afford to spend this much, like your competitors, they're already way further ahead of you, and they know
Yeah.
how much they can spend on ads, right? So the trick I found with paid advertising, and by the way, I was never able to make it work. That's the reason why I'm doing organic media, is because you need to build a very strong backend.
Yes, exactly.
You need to be able to afford to lose money on the front end, then deliver the people what what you said you're going to promise, whether it's a product or a service, have outstanding experience for them that they want to keep coming back. And then on the second, third, and all the other purchases, that's where you're going to start making your profit. Amazon loses money on the first when they get a person inside of Amazon for the first time.
Yeah.
But they know that they can afford to spend that because the customer is going to keep coming back because they focus on just being user obsessed.
Yeah, so that's also a thing. Like when you do paid ads, you should at least have something that will eliminate the ad costs, or have some sort of recurring model that you're certain that you will make your money after like the first or second month. But yeah, it's all about the back end. Like you can get people in, and then how do you follow up with them? Like with kind
Oh
of
man,
ways? Yeah.
that's hard, man. When I start thinking about that, I'm like,
Yeah, but the biggest benefit is like once you're able to make it work, it's so complex, so other people won't make it. Won't maybe you can't make it. Then like once you have that figured out, you can just crank up the
Exactly.
budget and keep track of the metrics. And if they make sense, they make sense. Like there's literally no limit to scale. Like if you want to build a big business, you need to be able to scale organically. Oh, I mean, with cold
With paid
traffic. I
ads.
mean, yeah, with paid ads.
Yeah.
Because organic, you can do so many, and of course, it's very, very difficult to build a big audience. It will take a lot of time. Then you can see with Hamza, the conversion rate is like less than 1%. So if you really want to build a business that can do like 1 million or 2 million a month, like crazy numbers, you need to be able to convince some sort of stranger to believe in your product in a back end that's like optimized, and that's where the real money is made. But it's very,
Yeah.
very difficult.
And then that brings us to the next question of like, the difference between physical and digital products. One of the appeal about physical products is that there's a lot less selling happening when you're selling a physical product because you can show what the person is going to get.
Yeah.
And if your website, signals that it's a trustworthy website and it's a legit company and you can actually deliver it, that's the beauty about like, physical products, is that the conversion rate is going to be much higher rather than for a digital product. For a digital product, you're going to have a high conversion rate if you have that authority figure, right? That face that is saying, "Hey, I'm George. This is my product. Go get it," right? And if you like me, if you trust me, whatever, you're going to go and get it. But with a physical product, you don't need to have that person in the front.
No, but like with the physical product, you can get the immediate results or transformation that the product gives you. Like if you buy a car, you can immediately go from A to B with your car. Like you have immediate results. With a digital product, it's often a learning curve. You need to learn stuff, and then the results are not even guaranteed because you still need to put in the work. Like it's not once you watch the videos that you will make money. So there are like multiple steps in there, multiple layers. That's why also like certain digital products can be more expensive because the transformation, once it's done, can like completely change your life. Like if you're able to build an online business that generates you 3 to 5K a month, you literally don't have to go to a job anymore. Of course, it depends on where you live, but on average, people don't need to have their 9 to 5 job anymore. They bought back their whole time of working in their life. That's like many, many years.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You buy back your whole life if you're able to figure out how to make a
yeah,
full-time income on the internet.
exactly. So that's like worth way more in purchase power, like how expensive it is, in my opinion, than like other things. But the downside is, yeah, it's not a switch you can put on. Like, oh, now I make 5K a month, like a car you
Yeah.
buy. You don't have immediate results after
You
this.
know, if you have like if you have two landing pages, right? And you're buying, let's say, meta ads, right? One is you have an offer for, you know, manifestation course or any kind of digital course, right? And then the other one you're selling like, a gadget for pet owners, right? It's easier to sell the gadget for pet owners than it is to sell the course.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, but that's why the gadget can probably cost like $30, but the course needs to cost $1,000 for it to make sense. But the course is probably promising a way bigger transformation than the pet, you know? So that's the biggest difference. Like you pay in terms of value. Like what kind of value are you getting out of it? A pet is just like a toy, is like a one-time value thingy.
I can totally see you do a physical product.
I already did it.
I know, but with everything that you've learned and with everything that you like, with all your knowledge and experience, I feel like if you just put your brain to it, I feel like you can find an opportunity where you can scale really hard with paid advertising. Because now you know the importance of the back end, and now you know the importance
Yeah.
of owning your customers as well, of having your own kind of assets. So, and I feel like you're really good at branding, at setting up the systems and stuff. So, and I feel that for you building that system, that back end, and really focusing on how I can, get the customers back with email marketing, with this and this, and getting other people to create content for that brand, for example, right? That where I think like you can really, really scale hard. And if you like build a good business with, a big top line revenue, and that is, getting a healthy profit margin of, let's say, anywhere from like 5 to 10%, right? Like 10% is a pretty healthy margin. I think
Yeah,
you
but I
can,
already
then
did it.
you can
Like I,
sell that baby.
Yeah, but that's I already did it, and that's what I didn't like, because you have physical stuff. You need to physical inventory. You make fat revenue every single month, little profit. Then you have like things that will happen, like your shipping won't arrive at
But
time before certain times.
keep in mind, you were doing on marketplaces.
Yeah, also my own
What
store.
I, yeah, what I'm talking about is scaling primarily with your own website, with paid
That's next
ads.
level. That's way complexer. The reason why,
Exactly.
yeah. So then I rather figure out.
Because you need to pay for traffic, right?
Yes, but people also don't trust you yet. So you need to have massive social proof on your website, brand awareness, plus like your margins are very thin. Then I rather spend one extra year figuring out how digital products work, so I don't have all the headaches of customer service, buying inventory, having my own warehouse. Like
Yeah.
I rather do that than getting caught up in all those details that are like annoying. And you look like a big boy because you make 200K a month in revenue, but like cash on my bank directly is like little. Like, for who are you doing it then? That was my experience. Like you need to have
Yeah,
like
that's very true.
you need to do like a half a mil or 100 of a 1 mil per month minimum to like become rich of it, in my opinion. Or of course, when you sell your business, you get like a cash out, but like it's not always certain you will sell it. And like it's also not always certain that people want your product, that your brand will exist. Maybe, yeah, like Meta ads can ban you, Amazon can ban you, like out of
That's
nowhere. It can be all gone, you know.
one of the, I think it's called Hallmarks. And one of the things that when you start to get wiser and smarter, when you get more experience, you really start to see that opportunities are fewer. It's like, because when I was starting out, I was like, oh my God, everything can work. It's
Yeah,
so, because you
everything
don't
can
know
work. That's
it.
the beauty.
Yeah,
Everything can
but if
still
you,
work. Yeah.
yeah, but the thing is, it's like you start to see things in a different, like you start to see what are the challenges as well to getting that thing work. Everything can work, but it's just like aligning with your strengths as well. What are
Yeah,
you
for
good?
sure. For sure.
You know?
But that's the thing. Like, but I think that's the crazy thing what we are teaching with our students. We are literally giving a step-by-step strategy to get results, to make income guaranteed. Like, that's almost unheard of, in my opinion. And of
Mm.
course, one student will earn like $300 the second month. The other will earn $100 the second month. Like it varies a little bit, but they are
Yeah.
results. And I think that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy with the, like, it's a unique business strategy or model that we're teaching, in my opinion. Because if you do it long enough and you apply all the tips we give and the coaching we give, 1 year from now, you are making money every single month, guaranteed online. I think that's one of the most unique business models out there. And by the way, without like crazy things you need to do. Like you just need to find keywords.
Yeah. You just need to figure out how to create content. No, not you
Hire a
yourself.
freelancer.
Yeah.
Once that's in place.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I had a student interview this morning with one of our students, Jan. He has been working with us for 6 months, and he's at $500
Yeah,
per
more.
month in passive
520,
income.
540, something like that. Yeah.
What the hell is that? And I was like, dude, how did you get here? He was like, oh, well, thanks to you guys. It made me feel so good. Thank you.
Yeah, but
So,
like it's good to notice, like he never made a single dollar online before. Never.
yeah.
And like I think within the second month, he was already at like $100, something like that. And now it keeps compounding.
How this 37-year-old tech noob went from zero to over $500 a month with YouTube automation.
Yeah, and the thing is, he will keep uploading. So at the end of this year, he will be at 1,000 or 1,500 a month, like almost minimum, almost guaranteed, if he just keeps it up. And that's like
Yeah.
the beauty. You can literally plan out how much you will earn over a certain amount of time. But the thing is, it's not sexy, you know, because what people want to hear nowadays is that you will become a millionaire overnight and you
Well,
don't need to do anything.
here's the question. Here's the question then. Okay. Someone's gonna be listening to you and they're gonna be like, okay, I don't trust you, motherfucker. If you're saying it's so good and easy, why don't you double down? Why don't you go all in and create more fucking search channels and go harder on uploading? Huh?
Well, very easy to explain. That first of all, I already have 4 channels where I'm constantly publishing on. But the thing is, like the beauty and maybe also a little bit the downside of the strategy is that it takes time to make the videos, to rank the videos. It's a long-term business. So I could maybe start 2 or 3 more channels, but then it will still take a long time but like relative long time for the videos to rank and to give me money. So 4 channels, I'm already well diversified. I have everything automated. Everything is increasing. There's nothing much more I can do. Then I rather teach other people doing exactly the same. And of course, because we're teaching other people, we also make money of it. So it's also a business model. Like that's the complete truth. But like it doesn't make sense to start another channel and upload there as well because the timeline is just longer, you know?
You know, you were just saying like, I have 4 channels, I'm making good money, it's fully automated, diversified, and I'm thinking like, damn, how did we get here? Like, you know,
Time.
if you look at our way back, you know, podcast, I mean, we were so noobs, you know, we weren't like making any good money, you know, we were still figuring everything out. We were still figuring out, but we were like super noobs back then, and you know, we were aiming to get to where we are today. So let's take a moment, ladies and gentlemen, to appreciate and be grateful for where we are.
Yeah, but also like if you're listening right now and you are maybe at the same position we were like at the beginning, you don't know anything, then I want you to know like 12 to 18 months from now, you could be in the exact same position of earning money on YouTube and maybe quit your 9 to 5 job or get more freedom. Like it's not that hard. Like it's literally step by step outlined in our course, in our community. Like sometimes I don't understand about how people act. Like they say like, oh, I want to make money online, and then I'm like, yeah, you're not doing anything to achieve it.
But that's, you know, I agree with you about the whole 12, 18-month thing, because it's like, if you decide and commit and put your mind to it, you can drastically change your life within the next 12 to 18 months. Like at first it's going to be super slow, but the thing about work and results is that there's a compound effect, right? And once you reach a critical mass, then it just goes so much quicker. And what you're really buying is you're buying back your time, right? We like to say that when you're getting into like a program or, you know, like a coaching program or, you know, our school, right, is that you are really buying back your time, because
Yeah.
For example,
I have a
Ron
good
and
example
myself.
of this, by the way,
Yeah.
because I had a call last week with a guy. He was already doing YouTube, doing the strategy we do, making how-to videos, tutorial videos, but he was not monetized. He was trying to get monetized, organically, waiting for people to subscribe, but also getting the watch hours, which can be pretty difficult if you make short videos. So he was like, if he was monetized, he would already be earning $150 to $200 per month. And he said, like, at this pace, I will be monetized in 4 months from now. So he's potentially missing out between $600 to $800 because he does not know how to get a pre-monetized channel, while a pre-monetized channel is way cheaper than how much he would earn. And that's all because he didn't know. I had to call with him and I told him, like, what are you doing? You're missing out on so much money. And simply because he didn't know. And the crazy thing is, he already started with this, I think, 12 months ago. Then the results were too slow, or he got caught up in other things, and he quit. Then 4 months ago, he started uploading again. But 4 months ago, he already, like 12 months ago even, if he got a pre-monetized channel right away, he would see results immediately. He probably would not stop because he's getting the positive feedback loop. And now, like, the whole process is like he's losing a lot of money. He lost a lot of motivation and he lost a lot of time because 12 months ago, he could have like continued his whole journey and he could have made already 2K a month or something. So just by not knowing that one simple thing on how to get your channel monetized or how to get a monetized channel, you're missing out on a lot of money, a lot of time, and like a better life, more freedom, basically.
I like a better life.
Yeah. For everyone, it's different how you want to fill it in. But yeah, oftentimes a better life is better.
So, thank you guys so much for listening, watching, subscribing. Hope you found value in today's episode. We really appreciate you tuning in. Please check out the links that are in the description. We have an example of the coaching call. We have my new community. And with that in mind, we will see you in the next week's episode.
Yes.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.